Hi folks, today we're going to have a little episode on the double haul. A real nasty thing to learn if you've never done that before, or if you're in the process of learning, so you probably know what I'm talking about. And if you already went through the process of learning the double haul, you sure know also what I'm talking about. Because when you learn this thing and you do these two things at the same time and your brain goes heavy interferences until you get it all synchronized and harmonized. And from a de-stickman perspective, and let me explain that quickly to you. The de-stickman perspective is the perspective of a neutral observer. The de-stickman perspective is a neutral scientific observer of the game, sort of. And if you look at what happens until you get your double haul system synchronized, and also how many times, even if you can double haul, how many times you screw it up or how much difficulty is in the whole system, you have to kind of think about if it's even worth doing or what is the whole value in the double haul thing. For my personally use, I do use hauling, but I use it as little as possible because due to the fact that it can screw up so much. And this excessive hauling is just the more you haul, the more can go wrong. The more factors that influence the system, the higher the chances the output is flawed, or the higher the error spread in the output will be. So if you want to learn this thing and you don't want to have to deal with both brain halves, like playing Counter-Strike against each other in your brain while you're getting this, or while you're teaching this to someone, there's a little positive reinforcement tool being developed by the first positive reinforcement flycasting mate and instructor in the world. Manny surfs skagit in the East Coast over northeast. And I show you this tool here now and you have a little look. And I'm going to practice here one for myself in a minute. But before that, I would like to show you what, for example, the great Joan Wolf was recommending to learn a double haul. And that is, as you can see here, you put the rod under one arm and get it moving, and then you add the hauling so that you only have to concentrate on the hauling and you're not making two movements at the same time at the beginning. And by reducing this casting movement by putting the rod under the arm, you reduce the degrees of freedom. So your brain can concentrate only on the one movement and then you add the other movement. Another great tip for double hauling is to have the line lying on the ground there and only make one cast and one give back at the time and drop the line there again. And then from the static dropped line, go one back cast, one haul and give back and drop the line again. That also reduces the degrees of freedom, and that also decreases the amount of struggling you have to do with your brainial processor to get it all mouthed out with the timing. So if you can take the timing out by dropping her on the ground, backward and forward. You can't shoot footage all the time because it's windy and bad weather outside, but you get the concept. These are only two tips from the classic teachings that I were doing. Now I show you the tool here, and I'm going to try this in a minute myself that Manny has developed. Check it out here. So, and I haven't built such a tool yet, but I only have a little. I thought I try this here I never tried this before, or I tried it only once briefly for 30 seconds, and what I'm doing here just to imitate that tool here quickly, because it is that simple, and I think it's a great tool to, let me see if I can do this here. The double haul is not that easy. No, I must concentrate. Have you ever tried to cast in front of someone, trying something new, and you notice how you get excited and warms in your head? That's where I'm at the moment. So let me focus on this. Can't be that difficult here now. Haul and give back, haul and give back, haul. I must stand up for this. No. I must practice a little bit more. Very interesting. Ah, it's coming. Check it out, double haul practice tool. Loving it. Loving it that there's a bit new stuff coming up, and that there's great feedback coming from people who are using the other tools, such as a fixed line anchor, the rattle trigger, and also the throwaway cast. I know most of you find the throwaway cast a little bit ridiculous, but if you tried it once, you're not laughing about it anymore. You're loving it about it. Okay, folks. So, and if you have any double haul tools, I totally got carried away with this game here now, and it kind of tickles me a little bit that I couldn't do that. You know, that this kind of stuff that makes me lick blood if I can't get it. It's far more interesting than succeeding, actually, is not being. So can we control this here with my scissor hauler? Oh, that's not correct. I'm a qualified flycasting instructor. And I don't give a fuck about that. No, that doesn't matter. But I'm just saying to you, you can't do this here. And I'm not afraid to fail with this one bit, but it nags me a little bit, and I try it again here for you. So what I'm saying to you is, have you ever seen a casting instructor being wrong or changing their opinion on something? Whew, bit better there. I practice for myself and let you see how I get on later, but also check out what Money is also doing in relation to rod tip paths and rod tracking. Very, very interesting thing, and you only have to look at it once and you know already that's kick-ass. And a positive reinforcement casting instruction form is so deadly that it can teach you casting, I think, 100 times more effective without even making a cast. But you have to make the decision to go out and play with the tools. That is the only way to find out if that suits you. Maybe also from an outside neutral observant perspective, like the Stickman has. So go out and play a little bit. Double hauling is great fun once you get it. It does cast a longer line too, of course, but I personally find most of the fish are actually caught and also hooked in distances under 20 meters. And that distance is easily cast without hauling at all times, in my opinion. But you go out, practice a little bit, or practice even indoors. This is what I'm gonna do now a little bit here with the... I might have to make myself a better tool too. But let's do this again. And I know I'm not making any casting movements too. I'm aware of that. Don't be... But it's very interesting because that's it. Because you have to kind of... You can very well put yourself into that moving line and the give back by moving this line weight sort of, or by mirroring the line weight from up there to under here is a very, very interesting concept, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this in the future. And I also think people will learn casting with this killer mode. I'm actually convinced that they will. 100%. I would give my life for it. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching. A little bit of a double haul piece, and please do not forget, we don't own the water owns us. Like and subscribe to the channel.